Number 1. You're totally in control. Let's start with one of your brain's most adorable little lies. The belief that you're in charge. You are not. Sure. You think you're making conscious decisions all day what to eat, what to say? Whether to text your ex just to check in, but science says about 95% of your daily actions are unconscious. That's right. You're basically just a very fancy autopilot robot with anxiety issues. Your brain likes to keep things efficient. And thinking. Thinking is slow. Thinking burns calories. So instead of having you deeply analyze every action like some over-caffeinated philosopher, your brain just hardwires shortcuts. Muscle memory, habits, biases. You do things before you even realize you've done them. Then your brain slaps a little narration over it like, yes, I meant to do that. It calls it free will. It's like living with a terrible PR team in your skull that rewrites history in real time. Ate 3 sleeves of cookies. I needed the energy, yelled at someone in traffic. They were wrong. Texted your ex. It's fine. I've grown. No, you haven't. Your brain just panicked and hit autopilot. Basically, your conscious mind is a tired intern pretending to be CEO, while your subconscious is running the company from the shadows with a bottle of cortisol and no sleep. Number 2. You're good at multitasking. No, you're not. None of us are. Your brain cannot multitask. And no, doing laundry while listening to a podcast doesn't count. That's background noise. What your brain can't do is focus deeply on 2 demanding tasks at the same time. And if you're doing that, please pick one and stop being weird. What's actually happening when you think you're multitasking is task switching. Your brain rapidly shifts focus back and forth between things, kind of like a stressed out juggler trying to make eye contact with every object at once. And just like that juggler, the more you add, the more likely something smashes into your face. Psychologists have found that multitasking increases errors, kills productivity, and fries your brain faster than doom scrolling at 3 a.m. It's like trying to microwave soup while defusing a bomb. You're not winning. You're just spilling hot chaos everywhere. So the next time you feel proud for texting, Zooming, emailing, and eating a sandwich at the same time, congrats. You've tricked yourself into being 4 times worse at everything. Number 3. Memory is a recording your brain tells you your memories are accurate, like some crystal clear HD documentary archive. But the truth is, your memory is more like a crime sketch drawn by a drunk raccoon. Every time you remember something, your brain doesn't play it back. It rebuilds it from scattered bits and feelings. It's like reconstructing a jigsaw puzzle. From a few soggy pieces and a hunch, worse. Every time you recall a memory, you accidentally edit it. Just a little. Maybe the room was brighter. Maybe she was smiling more. Maybe you definitely didn't cry in that argument you did. And guess what? Your brain saves the updated version and overwrites the old one. You're literally gaslighting yourself every time you reminisce. Eyewitness testimony. Garbage. Childhood. Memories. Questionable at best. That dramatic betrayal in high school you swear happened exactly like that? Congratulations, it's now fan fiction. Your brain doesn't care about accuracy. It cares about coherence, so it fills in gaps with vibes, assumptions, and whatever helps you sleep at night, which is ironic, because remembering this will now keep you awake. Number 4. Emotions are logical if you've ever said, I have a good reason to feel this way. Please know your brain is in the back, giggling and high-fiving your amygdala. Your emotions are not logical. They're not even kind of logical. They are ancient survival signals wrapped in drama, stirred by hormones, and served with a garnish of confusion. Your brain will absolutely throw you into a full panic over a missed text message, and then stay totally calm. When you almost walk into traffic while texting about it, emotions evolve to keep you alive. But modern life doesn't come with tigers and tribal threats. It comes with emails, awkward silences, and your boss saying, "Can I talk to you for a second?" So your fear, sadness, jealousy, and rage get triggered by things that are not even remotely life-threatening. Your brain hears vague tone in a text and reacts like you're being hunted by wolves. And don't think your rational brain is in charge here. By the time you feel the emotion, your brain's already gone full medieval. It's because they didn't invite me to the group chat. No, It's because your internal wiring thinks social exclusion equals death dash by dash wilderness. So yes, you feel things. But no, that doesn't mean they make sense. Your brain is a drama queen with a sword and a fog machine. Accept it. Number 5. You know why you do stuff? Let's talk about introspection. That lovely little illusion that you know what's going on inside your head. Spoiler, you don't. You really don't. You think you know why you bought that shirt? Or why you ghosted that person? Or why you always leave things to the last second? But when psychologists ask people to explain their choices, they often give totally made-up reasons that sound plausible but are actually nonsense. It's called confabulation, a fancy word for lying to yourself, but politely. Your brain is constantly trying to connect the dots in a story it doesn't fully understand. And if it has to invent a reason that sounds logical, great. As long as it feels true, that's good enough for your brain. It's like writing your autobiography while blindfolded. Then, reading it out loud like it's gospel. Ever wonder why you get bad vibes from someone, and then start retroactively justifying it? Oh, I didn't like how they blinked. No. You just felt weird, and your brain needed a reason. In short, your brain doesn't know why it does half the stuff it does. But it really, really wants to believe it's the main character, and not just an unreliable narrator with commitment issues. Number 6. You're a good judge of character if you think you're good at spotting liars, manipulators, or people who just give off bad energy. Here's some sobering science. You're probably not. Human brains evolved to live in small tribes where we kinda already knew everyone. So your brain got lazy. It developed fast, flawed social heuristics like trust people who smile, or if they make eye contact, they're honest. Cute, right? Fortunately, sociopaths also know how to smile and make eye contact. Studies have shown that. People are terrible at spotting lies, about as accurate as flipping a coin. Worse. The more confident someone is in their ability to read people, the worse they usually are at it. No, that's not intuition. That's just confidence wearing noise canceling. Headphones, we judge people by their vibes, facial expressions, clothing, tone, and timing. Which means you could trust someone shady because they have nice eyebrows and distrust. Someone kind because they reminded you of your old dentist. So the next time you know someone's a narcissist because of their handshake, maybe pause, maybe just. Maybe your brain is winging it with an outdated instruction manual. Number 7. You are experiencing your brain's best guess of reality. And sometimes your brain guesses like it's on expired cold medicine. Your brain doesn't show you what's actually out there. To keep you from walking into traffic, what you see, hear, and feel, it's all filtered, cropped, color-corrected, and sometimes downright photoshopped by your visual cortex. Ever seen those optical illusions? Where a line looks longer than another? Line, even when they're the same? Yeah, that's your brain glitching. Or how about déjà vu? That eerie, I've been here before feeling? That's your brain briefly lagging like a bad internet connection, then pretending nothing happened? Oh, and your peripheral vision? Garbage. Your brain just fills in the blurry stuff around the edges using whatever's nearby. You think you're seeing the whole picture? But your brain is basically doing improv scenery work like a low-budget stage play. So yeah, when you say, I know what I saw, just remember your brain once confidently believed a coat on a chair was a demon at 2 a.m. Reality is less like a camera and more like a dream sequence that sometimes screams. Number 8. Stress means you're weak. Your brain likes to act tough-like. If you were really strong, you wouldn't be stressed. But plot twist, stress is not a weakness. It's biology throwing the emergency party your body didn't ask. 4. Stress is your nervous system trying to prepare you for something difficult, which is great if that something is being chased by a rhino. Not so great when it's just your unread emails screaming silently from your inbox. The physical. Symptoms, racing heart, shaky hands, nausea, all perfectly logical. If you're literally running for your life, but if you're just in line at the DMV, your brain is basically using a bazooka to swat a fly. Chronic stress happens. When your brain keeps lighting the emergency beacon for situations that don't need it, your body floods with cortisol. Your muscles tense. Your digestion shuts down because apparently now is not the time for snacks. This is why your stomach hurts before a dentist appointment. Not because your dentist is a threat, but because your amygdala doesn't understand dentistry. So no, stress doesn't mean you're broken. It means your survival system is too enthusiastic, like a smoke alarm that shrieks every time you make. Toast. Number 9. You can trust your gut, just go with your gut. That advice sounds cool, mystical, and empowering. Also, it's kind of nonsense. Your gut instinct is not a magical truth detector. It's a collection of fast, emotional guesses based on past experiences, unconscious patterns, and possibly what you ate for lunch. It's not always wrong, but it is definitely not always right. Your gut can tell you to avoid that. Alley, because it feels dangerous, sure. But it can also tell you to bail on a perfectly good opportunity because it feels weird. Facts. Sometimes your gut is just anxiety wearing a trench coat and sunglasses, trying to look important. Even worse. Gut feelings can be tainted by prejudice, stereotypes, and past traumas you haven't unpacked yet. You might feel someone is untrustworthy because they remind you of someone who hurt you, not because of anything they've actually done. The truth? Intuition is like a smoke detector with a caffeine addiction, sometimes useful, sometimes just annoying. Listen to your gut, then check with your brain before making life choices. Especially if that life choice involves texting your ex at 2 a.m. Number 10. Other people are thinking about you. Bad news. Your brain thinks you're the main character. Worse news? So does everyone else's brain about themselves. This delightful contradiction means that while you're lying awake at night cringing about something you said 3 days ago, everyone else is too busy thinking about their own cringe. Your brain constantly assumes people are watching, judging, and dissecting your every move, but in reality, most people are just trying to remember their passwords and not fart in public. This phenomenon is called the spotlight effect, and it's your brain dramatically overestimating how much attention you're getting. You trip on the sidewalk and think, everyone saw that. Meanwhile, a pigeon saw it, maybe, and he doesn't care. It makes sense, though. You're on stage point of view, you're on stage 24/7. But for others, you're background noise. Like elevator music in a dentist's office, forgettable, faintly awkward. The upside, that embarrassing joke you told at that party 2 years ago, no one remembers. They don't even remember what you were wearing or that you were there. Shame is a solo concert in your own head. Number 11. You've got a consistent personality, so you think you've got a stable personality, huh? Like you know who you are, Cole, confident, sarcastic, but lovable. That's cute. Also, your brain is lying again. Turns out, your personality shifts depending on context. Around your friends, you're funny and loud. Around your boss, polite and robotic. Around your family, emotionally regressed chaos goblin. These aren't masks. They're versions of you, all equally real, and all whipped up by your brain to match. Different social environments. Psychologists call this contextual behavior adaptation. But we can just call it people-pleasing in 4K. You don't actually have a single, unchanging you. You're a shape-shifting mood SMOTA, and your brain works hard to smooth this all over. Tells you you're consistent because it wants you to feel coherent. But the truth is, you're more like a patchwork quilt stitched together by mood swings, social pressure, and whoever you were binge-watching that week. So, if you've ever felt like a different person, depending on where you are or who you're with, congratulations, you're normal. Or at least, you're consistently inconsistent, which is basically the same thing. Number 12. You'll be happy when. Oh boy, this one's a classic. Your brain is obsessed with the idea that happiness is just one promotion, relationship, purchase, or glow up away. I'll be happy when I lose 10 pounds. I'll be happy when I move. I'll be happy when I finally upgrade to that air fryer everyone's talking about. Spoiler, no you won't. This lie comes from something called hedonic adaptation. Your brain's tendency to return to a baseline level of happiness after exciting events. You get the thing, you feel the rush, and then back to normal. Back to scrolling. Back to mild dissatisfaction with everything. Your brain evolved to want more, not to be content. Contentment is bad for survival. If cavemen sat around feeling fulfilled, we wouldn't have fire, language, or microwavable mac and cheese. So your brain dangles the carrot of future happiness just out of reach to keep you moving. Always wanting, always chasing. The problem? You keep thinking you'll catch it, and your brain is like, nope. But isn't the chase fun? It's not. It's exhausting. So yeah, I'll be happy when. Is the brain's version of a broken GPS that just keeps recalculating happiness to a place that doesn't exist. Number 13. You're getting smarter with age, you'd think. With all this life experience your brain is hoarding, you'd be getting wiser, sharper, maybe even sage-like. But your brain is not leveling up like a video game character. It's more like a Windows 98 machine slowly collecting pop-ups. Sure, some things improve with age like emotional regulation and the ability to pretend you like kale. But when it comes to raw cognitive processing, working memory, reaction time, learning new things on the fly, your brain peaks in your 20s. After that, it's just increasingly elaborate coping mechanisms. And yes, you've got wisdom and insight, but don't confuse that with remembering where you put your phone, or why you walked into this room, or what day it is. Your brain is quietly deleting files and pretending nothing's wrong. This doesn't mean you're doomed, by the way. Neuroplasticity is real. You can still learn, adapt, and grow. But your brain wants you to believe you're getting smarter just because you're older when really, you've just learned how to fake confidence while Googling things under the table. So next time you forget your email password for the 6th time this week, just know your brain is aging like a fine wine. It's left open on the counter too long. Number 14. You're the same person you've always been. This one might hurt a little. Your brain loves the story that you've always been you. That there's a core self with consistent beliefs, values, and preferences. But if you look back at yourself from 5 or 10 years ago and don't cringe even a little, congratulations, you've either reached enlightenment or have absolutely no self-awareness. The truth is, your identity isn't fixed. It changes with time, culture, social circles, and TikTok trends you swore you'd never get into. The version of you from 5 years ago would probably find your current playlist questionable and your future self. They're going to roll their eyes at this phase you're in now. Psychologists call this the end of history illusion, the tendency to think we've finally become our true self. Even though we've changed a million times before and will change again, your brain wants closure. It wants a stable, complete narrative. But life doesn't work that way. You're a walking plot twist. So yes, you are you. But that you is a moving target. And that's not a float's growth, or at least hopefully number 15. You're the only one who feels this way. The brain's greatest trick, making you feel alone in your weirdness. When you panic in social situations, overthink text messages, lie awake replaying imaginary arguments, or get irrationally angry when someone chews too loudly, your brain whispers, "Wow, you're broken." No one else feels this way, which is objectively hilarious, because literally everyone does. The problem is, no one talks about it. Everyone's too busy pretending they've got it all figured out. So we all walk around silently thinking, we're the only ones faking it, while everyone else seems chill. Guess what? They're faking it too. Even the chill ones. Especially the chill ones. Your brain isolates your discomfort to protect your ego, like let's not tell anyone about. This mental circus wheel, just smile and nod like a sane person. But that isolation feeds shame. Shame loves to throw a party in the dark. The truth, your struggles are more common than your brain will ever admit. That weird, intrusive thought, normal, the meltdown over nothing, also normal, and not. Uniquely broken, you're just a human with a hyperactive survival machine in your skull, and if that doesn't make you feel better, at least now you know your brain is a habitual liar.